a lot of people have reached out to me also after what I had spoken last time of USA's grand strategy, and especially on Pakistan. And there is a lot of chatter which goes on in various think tanks, in write ups of whether Pakistan is being Lebanonized or Pakistan is being Balkanized. But I will give you a new thought and compare it also on ground. Kya ho raha hai? That is it being Lebanonized? Is it being Iraqized? Is it being Balkanized? Or is it being made into something else? And that has very dangerous portents for India. We have to be careful. Could we have the slide?
This is going to be fun.
Yeah. So basically, this is a likely grand strategy, US grand strategy in our neighborhood. And essentially, how can we safeguard our interests? Should we take over POK? Now, this Azad Kashmir, which I have got written here, this is straight from the CIA fact. So please remember, we keep talking POK, which is complete Gilgit Baltistan. The CIA fact book has Gilgit Baltistan separate and Azad Kashmir. They don't talk of, they don't still say POK. कभी CIA fact book में जाके मैप देख लेना. Okay, next. Now this is what I had given, what they want to do with uh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Balochistan, Persia. This is our neighbor. And it impinges directly on our security. And so we should be bothered more about this than what is going on in Iraq, Lebanon, Syria, and all. It's further away, does not directly impact us. What they have shown here, next. See, what I have marked in red is the area ceded to Afghanistan. Though the actual map in PNAC, the area in that corner peak in green, that is Siachen Glacier. Just where JNK का मीट होता है वो एक ट्रायंगल बना है, उसके ऊपर शख्सगाम वैली लिखा हुआ. That is Siachen. I have not taken out Siachen, but if you see the map, go back to the previous map. Siachen Glacier has also been given to Afghanistan. So remember, this is one of the proposals. Okay. Now we know that they are behind the political turmoil.
Correct.
The economic collapse has added to Pak Army's problems because the internal strife was already there. So they are facing a triple hammer blow, which they never faced in their history till date from 14th August. There is a huge internal strife, there is a economic collapse, and there is a total political turmoil going on. And I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. Aisha Siddiqui the other day was in Delhi and she was trying to say that you can manage. I don't think so. Now, is Pakistan armies defanging in the works? IMF, IAEA, Rothschild, Bank, US State Department visits, and most importantly, are nuclear weapons being neutralized, like Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and other of the Warsaw Pact countries and others whose nuclear weapons were neutralized by IAEA.
Correct,
And
sir.
please remember the IAEA visit which took place now, the IAEA commissioner who came there, that's not a routine visit. Routine visits take place on the civilian nuclear reactors that you have given out to the IAEA, and they come annually to visit all countries. They come and visit to check that you are not pilfering anything from there and it is secure. This is something different. Pakistan hardly uses any of its nuclear energy for providing power to its people. Okay, next.
Can I just
Yeah,
once
please.
more? So, the political turmoil and the economic collapse has, of course, US, we know Imran Khan का काफी उसमें role है, but how do you fit in the economic turmoil also, considering the factor that India also had a role to play in that?
See, economic turmoil has always been now a big problem for Pakistan.
जी.
First thing is, it has, right since its inception, it has been a state living on credit card. You finished the limit of one credit card, you took out from somebody else another credit card to pay that previous credit card and carry on. Over a period of time, it has now built up is that you're not able to pay back the loan. You're taking loan to pay back interest, which is a very dangerous thing because it has collapsed. And the donors have walked out. Nobody is giving you. Its biggest industry was the one of the biggest, I would say, was the fake Indian currency racket which it was taking, and that took the biggest hit when we went on demonetization. There is one report which says that they had invested so much of their dollars into printing equivalent of 17 lakh crore
Ooh.
fake currency to be pumped in from Pakistan, Nepal, and from Sri Lanka. And they must have also shelled out uh, money to these people. And you demonetized, and look at what has happened to all these three countries' economy today.
Wow.
While Sri Lanka does not face an internal threat and strife and other things, it faces an economic collapse and, yeah, political turmoil in the sense that people came out, but I won't say it is as bad as Pakistan. Pakistan doesn't know what to do today. The polity which was living off the loans and doles that they were getting suddenly are getting no loans, and they don't know how to run the country.
Hmm.
किसको लेके आओगे, कौन है, who is the person who will come and try to resolve your economy when there is nothing in your economy which can be pulled back. I don't see any light. That's why I say I don't see light any at the end of the tunnel, either politically or economically. Today the economic collapse is hitting the army. After all, the QMG has got a letter from the field commanders that they can't field their soldiers, and it is directly going to impact on kind of operations that you can conduct. It costs money. Revenue expenditure के लिए पैसे कहाँ है तुम्हारे पास? If you want to do like some chatter which was coming on their net and others that do another Zarbe Momi another Zarbe Azb and other things, it costs money. फ्यूल है नहीं आपके पास, तो अपने एयरक्राफ्ट को उड़ाओगे कैसे? एक दिन उड़ा दोगे, 2 दिन उड़ा दोगे, then what will you do? You blow up your ammunition. Where are the reserve ammunitions coming to? So that is why I said the problem it is facing is very acute. It's a big problem, and when you have collapsing nations on your border, you have to be careful.
Hmm.
You have to be careful. It is a major thing. So essentially, we do have a geopolitical, geostrategic, and a geo economic standing and heft today to some degree. So should India accept this likely redrawing of borders? And here comes what I say. Is there a Somaliization of Pakistan going on? Is
Hmm.
Pakistan the new Somalia? And I'll compare that in the next slide. Now, can India work with the US to create a more secure neighborhood for yourself? Whatever they are trying to redraw or whatever happens, whether they're doing or not, but if they are, then we should also step in to see how should the borders be drawn that you are secure.
जी.
You do have a few options. I'll discuss that in my later slides. But you need to do the net assessment, which I keep insisting, how it will impact each of these options on overall security in the near, medium, and long term. That's
Correct.
how your strategies will come out, and then take a decision. But most important, you need to have patience. These things take time to fructify on ground. Don't be in a hurry. And whatever you're doing, if there is a need to take a mid course correction, go ahead and do it. So that is why even in the net assessment, you're given windows every 5 years to keep assessing that what you have done, what you thought, is your strategy okay, or you need to modify your strategy, or you need to. It is not, when I say mid course correction, is not on the final objective only. It is on the strategy that you're utilizing on ground to achieve your objective. So it is both. You can modify your strategy, or if you feel the strategy is successing, something else is evolving, because geopolitics and geostrategy is a very dynamic field. Something new is evolving. You need to modify your objectives. Please do. That is how you will be able to achieve something, is my opinion.